Dear students, this is my first video lecture for class MCom. Topic Cost of Capital. In this particular video lecture, we will understand the meaning of cost of capital and we will see the formulas for calculation of cost of debt and cost of preference shares. Further, we will solve two examples of cost of debt. Meaning of cost of capital. For financing its operations, a company can raise long-term funds through a combination of debt, preference capital or equity capital. Any of the combinations can be used by the company. The company has to service the above funds by paying interest to the debt, preference dividend or an equity dividend respectively to the shareholders. The payment made by the company constitutes the cost of obtaining or utilizing that particular source of finance, which is known as cost of capital. So here, dear students, interest paid by company for debt becomes cost of debt. Preference dividend or an equity dividend paid by company to shareholders become cost of capital, that is preference share and equity share capital. From the investor's perspective, cost of capital is the minimum rate of return that a company must earn on its investment, which will maintain the market value of the company's shares at its current level. So here the first meaning is from the viewpoint of company, that company makes payment of interest and dividend to the money lenders, that is sources of fund, and that becomes cost of capital from the perspective of company. And from the perspective of investors, the minimum rate of return that company generates from its investment, normally we can call it as a return on investment, which will maintain the market value of the firm's shares, and it becomes company's cost of capital. Students, there are two aspects for calculation of cost of capital. First is explicit cost and implicit cost. Let us see what is explicit, that is direct cost of capital, and implicit, that is indirect cost of capital. First, it is the discount rate that equals the present value of cash inflows with the present value of its cash outflow. So it is directly connected to the cash inflows and outflows of the company. That's why it is known as explicit or a direct cost of capital. Implicit cost, it is the rate of return associated with the investment opportunity for the firm and its shareholders. So here it is implicit cost of capital and it represents opportunity cost for the firm and its shareholders. Second, it arises when the funds are raised, and here in implicit cost it arises when the funds are used, because when funds are used we generate more and more return from the investment. Explicit cost of capital is useful for making capital budgeting decisions, because normally we have seen in capital budgeting decision the discount rates are used to equate the cash inflows and cash outflows, where implicit cost is not considered in making capital budgeting decisions. Now we will see the formula to calculate cost of debt capital, that is cost of debenture. Usually it is denoted by KD. Okay, cost of debt can be calculated as irredeemable debt and redeemable debt. If our debentures are irredeemable, that is debentures not to redeem during the lifetime of the company, our cost of debt after tax, I repeat, cost of debt after tax is equal to interest per debenture multiply 100 minus tax rate divide by NP, that is net proceeds per debenture. When our debentures are irredeemable, we use this formula to calculate cost of debt. Now, when our debentures are redeemable, our formula will be cost of debt KD is equal to interest into bracket 100 minus tax rate plus RV minus NP divide by N whole divide by RV plus NP divided by 2. Here you understand the first part of the formula is for interest after tax. First part of the formula is for interest after tax, whereas the second part represents average average premium on redemption, that is RV represents redeemable value minus NP, that is net proceeds, and N represents number of years for redemption of debentures. And here we are taking average value of debentures redemption value plus net proceeds. Here notations RV represents redeemable value of debt, that is redemption value of debt, and that is life of the redeemable debentures, and NP represents net proceeds of issue. So dear students, we have two formulas for calculation of cost of debt capital. First formula is used when our debts are irredeemable, and the second formula is used when our debts are redeemable. Now we will see the formula for cost of preference shares, normally denoted as KP. First, cost of irredeemable preference share capital. Irredeemable means not to redeemed during lifetime of the company, and our formula for cost of preference shares is preference dividend divided by net proceeds. And for redeemable preference shares, our formula is cost of preference shares is equal to preference dividend plus redemption value minus net proceeds whole divide by N. Then finally divide by redemption value plus net proceeds divide by 2. Same way, here RV represents redeemable value of preference shares, N is the life of the redeemable preference shares, and NP represents net proceeds of issue. So like debt, preference shares cost can be calculated by using two formulas. First for irredeemable preference shares, and second is for redeemable preference shares. Now, as per the amendment section 55, no company limited by shares can issue irredeemable preference shares, but this is just for our information. Okay, now let us solve one example. Borrower Limited issued 10,000 10% debentures of rupees 100 each on 1st April. The cost of issue was rupees 25,000. The company's tax rate is 35%. Determine the cost of debentures if they were issued, number 1 at par, number 2 at a premium of 10%, and number 3 at a discount of 10%. Dear students, here we are to calculate cost of debentures. But first of all, let us understand the question. Here company issued 10,000 debentures. The rate of interest is 10% and face value of debenture is rupees 100 per unit. The cost of issue was rupees 25,000. Matlab, to issue 10,000 debentures in market, company hired some brokers for the issue, and for that purpose company paid cost rupees 25,000. Next, company falls in the tax bracket of 35%, and from this information we are to calculate cost of debentures if they were issued at par at 10% premium and at 10% discount. Here is the solution. First, we will solve this example by two ways. First, by taking aggregate value, total amount, and second by way of taking value per unit per debentures. Okay, let's check. First column particulars, second column option number 1 issued at par, option number 2 issued at 10% premium, option number 3 issued at 10% discount. Okay, number of debentures issued, it is 10,000 for all three options. Issue price, in case number 1 it is face value at par rupees 100. In second case it is at 10% premium, that is rupees 100 plus 10% is equal to rupees 110. And in third case 10% discount, that is 100 minus 10% is equal to rupees 90. So our gross proceeds will be number of debentures multiply issue price. So in option number 1 it is rupees 10 lakh. In option number 2 it is rupees 11 lakh, and option number 3 it is rupees 9 lakh. Then we have cost of issue. Normally it is known as flotation cost, rupees 25,000. It will be same for all three options, 25,000 in second option and 25,000 in third option. So finally our net proceeds would be equal to rupees 9,75,000, that is issue price minus cost of issue, 10 lakh minus 25,000, 9,75,000. In second option it will be 11 lakh minus 25,000, that is 10,75,000. In third option 9 lakh minus 25,000, that is 8,75,000. Our next point is interest, but interest after tax. To calculate interest after tax, we use formula interest multiply 100 minus tax rate, or very simple, interest minus tax rate will give you interest after tax, that is 10% of rupees 10 lakh. In first option 10% of rupees 10 lakh would be rupees 1 lakh. 1 lakh minus 35% tax, so 1 lakh minus 35,000, here it will be rupees 65,000. And my dear students, interest after tax will remain constant in all three options, and that is 65,000. Once again I repeat, interest after tax is equal to 10% of rupees 10 lakh minus 35% tax, that is rupees 65,000. And now here in this particular example we have no information for redemption of debentures. So we assume our debentures are irredeemable, and for irredeemable debentures our cost of debt formula is interest after tax divided by net proceeds. I repeat, our formula for cost of debt is interest after tax divided by net proceeds, because normally we will have to calculate cost of debt after tax itself. And our value for option number 1 issue at par would be 65,000 interest after tax divided by net proceeds rupees 9,75,000 multiply by 100. So our cost of debt would be 6.67% in option number 1, that is debentures issued at par. Second option, our interest after tax amount to 65,000 divided by net proceeds rupees 10,75,000 multiply by 100. So our cost of debt amounts to 6.05%. In third option, our interest after tax is 65,000 divided by net proceed 8,75,000 multiply 100. So our cost of debt amount to 7.43%. Like this we can calculate cost of debt when debentures are irredeemable. Dear students, this working was based on aggregate value, that is total value. Now same solution we can do by taking per unit value on debentures. Let us try by that way. Instead of computation on total amount basis, computation can also be made for every debentures of rupees 100 as under. Our formula, cost of debenture is equal to interest into bracket 100 minus 35%, This is nothing but debenture interest after tax divided by net proceeds. So we have face value of debenture 100, rate of interest is 10%. So our debenture interest per unit amounts to rupees 10. Debenture interest per unit amounts to rupees 10 into bracket 100 minus 35% will give you interest after tax divided by 100 minus 2.5. 100 is nothing but our issue price and 2.5 is nothing but our flotation cost, that is 25,000 rupees issue cost divided by 10,000 debentures. I repeat, 25,000 issue price, cost price, flotation cost divided by 10,000 debentures will give you rupees 2.5. So our net proceeds would be 100 minus 2.5. And finally, we will get cost of debt if issued at par 6.67%. Our second option, issued at 10% premium. Our debenture interest after tax would be 10 into bracket 100 minus 35% divided by 110 because debentures are issued at 10% premium. So our gross proceeds would be 110 minus 2.50. 2.50 is nothing but our flotation cost, issue cost 25,000 rupees divided by 10,000 debentures. And finally we get cost of debt 6.05% and issued at 10% discount. Our interest after tax would be 10 multiply 100 minus 35% divided by gross proceeds 90, that is 10% discount. So 100 minus 10% discount, 90 minus rupees 2.50. So finally our cost of debt amounts to 7.43%. So my dear students, we can calculate cost of debt by two ways. First, by taking aggregate values, and second by taking cost per unit. That's all. Now we will solve one more example. Here is the sum. A company issued 25,000 14% debentures of rupees 1,000 each. The debentures are redeemable after the expiry of 5 years. Tax rate applicable to the company is 35%, including surcharge and education cess. Calculate the cost of debt after tax if debentures are issued at 5% discount with 2% flotation cost. Dear students, here our debentures are redeemable debentures. In previous example, our debentures were irredeemable, so formula was different. In this example, our debentures are redeemable debentures, redeemable after 5 years. So our formula will be different. First of all, let us work out some basic requirements. First, face value of debentures rupees 1,000 per unit. Issue price, here it is said debenture issued at 5% discount. So our issue price would be face value minus discount, that is 1,000 minus 5%, that is 50. So issue price rupees 950. Flotation cost, that is 2% of face value, that is 1,000 minus 2% amounts to 20. And our net proceeds equal to face value minus discount minus flotation cost, that is 1,000 minus 50 minus 20 amounts to 930. And now we will work out cost of debt after tax for redeemable debentures. Our formula is interest multiply 100 minus 35% plus redemption value minus net proceeds whole divide by n whole divide by RV plus NP divide by 2. Now let us put the available data. First, per unit debenture interest is 140, that is 1,000 multiplied by 14%. So per unit debenture interest 140 into 100 minus 35% plus 1,000 is our redeemable value because we have to redeem debentures after 5 years, and in the absence of any information we can assume debentures are redeemed at par, at face value, that is nothing but our redemption value amounts to rupees 1,000 minus net proceed. Our net proceed as per our calculation amounts to 930 divided by 5 years, because we have to redeem debentures after 5 years. So, and finally divide by redemption value 1000 plus net proceeds 930 divide by 2. This is average value. So finally cost of debt would be 91 rupees, that is 140 multiply 65% plus 14 rupees, that is 1000 minus 930 divide by 5 years, that is 14, divide by 965, that is 1000 plus 930 divide by 2, that is 965, and finally our cost of redeemable debt amounts to 10.88 percentage. Dear students, first of all you understand the whole sums. Try to solve yourself independently and then solve one or two examples from your reference book. Very soon we will meet with another example in the same chapter. Thank you very much.